Hi people of Mart TV, and welcome to another little section on knives. We have here something quite iconic. It's the K-Bar fighting utility knife. This is a modern, smaller version made by the new K-Bar company. The actual knife is a little bit bigger, as we shall see. But what it really is, it's a very interesting progression into a utility knife. To be brutally honest, as a soldier, a knife is a very useful tool. Opening boxes, cutting cord, that sort of thing. Basically, the US Marine Corps adopted the K-Bar in 1942 as the knife fighting utility. The code was 1219C2. It was there to fulfill a need for a utility knife, as I said before, just general use, opening cans, boxes, but also as a fighting knife if it came to it. Up until that point, the US Marines had been issued with the old knuckle duster trench knife from the First World War. Basically, it's a stiletto blade with a big brass knuckle duster, and the problem was the blade was maybe okay for stabbing, but it had no address, and also once your hands were in there, you had very little control over the knife in terms of what you could do with it, and any stiletto type blade could be quite fragile. So that was just not ideal. And then they came up with the Marine Raider Stiletto, which is basically a copy of the British Fairbairn Sykes Commando knife, or the very slim, again, stiletto dagger, which again wasn't ideal because it's purely a fighting knife, and for that matter, not particularly versatile, not particularly strong. So they came up with the generic K-Bar design. The name K-Bar obviously is used today by the company because they make other knives, but they still make this one in this compact version, also the full-size version. But what you have here, as we shall see, is a good solid knife. The blade's carbon steel. There's a small guard on it, and the handle is stacked leather washers, which is quite a common thing. I think the K-Bar is one of the knives that started it. And basically, and it served Second World War, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm. It's one of those knives that just keeps going. Today you see the K-Bar in some ways influence in Gerber do a military style knife, and it's very much like a modern version of the K-Bar. If I can find one, I'll get one so you can look at it to compare. Okay, bear in mind this is the smaller version, modern version. The actual knife is exactly the same scale, but this is a little bit more compact. The knife has a 7-inch carbon steel blade, blacked with a fuller here for strength. It's what's called a clip point, hollow ground, single-edged. The guard is a pressing of steel, quite flimsy but strong enough. And as you can see here, the handle is stacked leather washers. It's a full tang that goes right through the handle, and it basically, this pommel is riveted on this, opened up like that way. So the blade's 7 inches. The actual fighting knife is 11 7/8 inches long, and it weighs 0.7 pounds, and it comes with this leather sheath, which must have rotted to hell in the jungles of New Guinea and the Philippines when they were fighting the Japanese. But it is a nice, sensible utility blade. You can see it could be a fighting knife. It's not exactly unaggressive, but you can imagine sort of people opening up ammunition crates with it, hacking open tins of beans to cook, whatever you need to do with it, and at a last push, if you need it for defence or offence, it's there. But it's one of those knives that is just, must have in your collection. And say that is basically the K-Bars here. It's marked USA and K-Bar cutlery, and today they make a lot of different knives. It's folders and all sorts of fancy stuff, but this is still very much a product for them because of the historic nature of it. And you know what the Americans like when it comes to things like that. Okay, I hope that was a little bit entertaining and hopefully filled a few colours in your paint box. If you liked it, tell your friends, comment, support the website, and if you need to speak to me about anything, it's pmore.shootingsports@gmail.com, and I'll catch you later with some more hopefully unusual and interesting blades and that sort of type of equipment.